Now, I have to tell you that it was as predictable as my dogs barking at a deer in my yard, just as under oath testimony from a former business associate of the Biden family revealed that President Biden has repeatedly lied and was most certainly aware and engaged in his son's business dealings with corrupt Ukrainians and communist Chinese partners. The Biden Justice Department rolls out another indictment of, wait for it, Donald Trump. Yeah. It's not even surprising anymore when there is substantive news to unveil yet another credible pile of evidence that the current president is utterly compromised by having peddled influence while he was sitting vice president and making tens of millions of dollars in what appears to be blatant bribes. Biden's gang of government goons files new criminal charges against Joe Biden's most formidable opponent in the 2024 election, Donald Trump. This is the kind of abuse of government power that we are used to seeing in third world banana republics and dictatorships, but not in the United States. And this latest round of trumped up, pardon the pun, trumped up charges filed by pit bull prosecutor Jack Smith was announced Tuesday, with Smith presenting the charges as being all about the Capitol riots of January 6 of 2021. But upon reading the actual indictment, one realizes Smith didn't charge Trump with anything related to January 6. He charged him with disagreeing with the election results of 2020 and calling the outcome into question. In other words, Trump is being charged with what he believed and with what he said. Let that sink in. He got charged for his beliefs and his speech. Do you remember when your beliefs and your speech were considered protected by the First Amendment? But under Biden's Department of Injustice, that doesn't apply anymore. But it should be troubling to you, even if you can't stand Donald Trump and consider yourself a never-Trumper. If Donald Trump is not allowed to believe or speak regarding election results, then why are these people able to do so?
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
Folks, look, I absolutely agree.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016.
Trump knows he's an illegitimate president.
If Al Gore won that election, I think he won it anyway.
Actually, I think I carried Florida.
Bush versus Gore. A court took away a presidency.
I rise to object to the fraudulent 25 Florida electoral votes.
Yeah, Al Gore won the state of Florida in 2000.
Troubling evidence of the fact that not every vote was being counted.
There are still legitimate concerns over the integrity of our elections.
The election was not fair. The process was not fair.
They have been deprived of the votes they otherwise would have gotten.
Oh, you see all that? So, will the Biden prosecutors indict those guys? You know the answer. But what about the other Republican candidates that say Trump should drop out of the race due to the indictments and prosecutions? Seriously? Folks, if Donald Trump surrenders to the mush-minded media mob and the weaponized Federal Bureau of the Deep State over what he believes and what he said, then are you going to be okay when your pastor is arrested for believing and saying that the Bible teaches that male and female are the genders God created? Or will you be okay when your child's teacher in a Christian school affirms that marriage is between a man and a woman? Or when a Jewish rabbi is arrested for saying that the Holocaust was real and that the congressional squad of Jew-hating Democrats are anti-Semitic? Are you going to be okay if your pro-life daughter is arrested for wearing a T-shirt with a picture of a baby in the womb that says it's a child, not a choice? I'm not asking you to love Donald Trump or what he says or does. I'm asking you to love your country and your Constitution that guarantees you the right to believe, worship, speak, assemble, and protest your government without having to be afraid of being criminally charged. Our founders created a government that was supposed to be afraid of its citizens, not the other way around, and a government that gave rights to the people. The Bill of Rights restricted the power of the government and empowered the people. We've got a government that wants the rest of us to be afraid of them and who will abuse their loaned authority to crush the people who, under the law, hold the ultimate power. Trump isn't perfect, for sure, but the more Joe Biden abuses his power to destroy Trump, the more adamant I will be to support Trump, because it's no longer about Donald Trump's right to believe and speak. It's about my right to think and speak, and it's about yours. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.